Hi students, here's some information to help you understand the PERT, or Post-Secondary Education Readiness Test, that's administered in the state of Florida. If you are an EAP student, we recommend that you take this test at the end of level 4 for reading and writing, and at the same time or even earlier for math as soon as you are ready. There are about 30 questions per subject area, reading, writing, and math, and the test is untimed and computer adaptive. What that means is that if you answer a question correct, the next question will be at the same level or a little bit harder. If you answer a question incorrectly, the next question will kind of go up or down, trying to intuit your level correctly. It says here the average time to complete the 3 subtests in one sitting is approximately 3 hours, or an hour per test, but again, this is for a native speaker, so it might take you longer, and I don't recommend taking all 3 tests at one time. You should do at least the language test separate from the math test on a separate day. If you take the PERT the first time, there is no fee. If you take it a second time, there's a $10 fee to retest. And generally, only 2 attempts are allowed. In special cases, you may get special permission to take an extra retest. And this is what the placement scores mean. There's nothing to worry about, okay? When you take the reading test, if you score between 106 and 150, that means that you're ready to take ENC 1101. In other words, you would be exempt from taking EAP reading, level 5 maybe, or level 6. Most students, after taking level 4, do not score 106 or above. Usually they score within the range of 50 to 105, and that means that they are going to be taking more EAP, although you see listed here REA and ENC or REA. Really, in our case, we're talking about EAP levels 5 and 6. So don't worry if you don't score 106. If you're taking level 5 or 6 and you score in this range, you're in the right place. So the same thing happens in writing. If you score 103 or above, you'd go into ENC 1101, freshman composition. But if you score less than that, it just means that you're ready for level 5 or 6, and you can complete your language requirements by taking EAP 5 or 6. Math is a little more complicated because people might score into different ranges, and there are different guidelines depending on where you score. If you score very low, you might end up in preparatory math. Those are courses that begin with a 0, okay? Or you might end up in MAT 1033, which is basic algebra, but that is still considered preparatory, developmental. It doesn't really count towards graduation in the same way as the higher level math courses count. And you really need to get some guidance from the math department because depending on your major, they will recommend different math classes. So how can you prepare for the PERT? There are several ways to help you, and I'm going to continue with that in a minute. Okay, I'm on a link that says Miami-Dade College Testing, and I'm going to come down here to where it says Test Prep Resources. When I click there, I can find resources by subject matter, such as math, for example, or by test. And in this case, I'm going to click on PERT, okay, and then I see a lot of links to different resources that can help me, like a PERT practice test, this one that says McCann Associates, sample math test, sample reading test. McCann is the company that actually created the PERT test. So this is a real good one because it's a lot like the actual PERT. In particular, this 3 Ps, I'm going to click on that, is a test that you can take. You need to sign in with your student login because the college pays a fee for access to that practice test, but that's a really good one to try. So this is the best place to come at first to look for resources to help you, And although it says here resources by campus, some of the information listed for IAC is not current. The best place to get help here is to visit one of the librarians or tutors in Learning Commons. So I hope this helps, and of course let me know if you have any questions. Take care. Bye.